Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of. I'm a singer, so I had to put this. Episode 2 of The 7 Books That Enlightened Me. I am your host, Naomi Ambrose. So, if you listened to my previous episode, I spoke about the book that I think is the first book to read in your quest if you want to grow yourself, which was Shonda Ramsey of Yes. So the second book I recommend is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Hope I'm pronouncing Mr. Coelho's first name correct. That's Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. I am sure most of you are probably familiar with this book because a lot of people that I've read or people whose careers that I have followed, Pharrell Williams, he cites this book as well. And there's another gentleman, I think his name is Julian Gordon. Yes, he also spoke about reading The Alchemist too. The Alchemist, it's an interesting book if you're into this sort of mystical type of storytelling. I appreciate Coelho's storytelling style as he uses a lot of mysticism in the sense of he highlights the importance of paying attention to signs and acknowledging the people that you meet along the way. So without giving too much about the book, if you haven't read the book, this is the disclaimer. Disclaimer alert. But I'm sure you might probably Google it anyway, as we all do, if you haven't read it, but I'm sure you Google it anyway. So The Alchemist is about a boy named Santiago who goes on a journey and he discovers a lot about himself and about the world. And some of the key takeaways that I got from this book is a lot of the times what Coelho says is what we love to do, we often find them in our childhood. So tasks or endeavors that we undertook when we were children, sometimes perhaps that is what we actually are supposed to do. So what did you like to do as a child? That's a question that I asked myself and I wrote down. What did I love to do? For me as a child, I loved reading. Anybody that knows me, I'm a big bookworm, hence the reason why I started this podcast my about my favorite books. I love reading and I always loved telling stories. I remember as a child I used to be caught up in the worlds of the books I used to read. So back to The Alchemist. I digress. But the point from that is to ask yourself, what do you like to do? What did you like to do as a child? And hopefully if you can write it down and see if that activity that you loved as a child could bring you some joy. Another takeaway I got from The Alchemist is Coelho suggests that there is so much beauty in the mundanity that we see every day. There could be beauty in the trees that you pass when you walk to go to the supermarket. There could be beauty in the grass that you pass when you're on the bus heading to the train station. So there's a lot of beauty in the mundanity of life, and sometimes we tend to ignore the mundanity or the everyday aspects of life. But there is so much that you can discover if you really take time to look at the mundanity. Another key takeaway I got from this book is the famous quote everybody always quotes, that when you want something, the universe will conspire to bring that to you. That is so true. There is so much truth in that. It's unbelievable how true that is. Some people say, well, maybe it's a matter of coincidence. I don't know if there's a thing called coincidence. I really think whatever that is truly in your heart, whatever that is truly in your mind, it will manifest itself, or there will be doors that will open for you, or people will come into your life. And it's crazy. It really is mind blowing how that happens. I really believe that. I've seen that happen with me too. I have written down questions that I've asked myself because I do a lot of self reflection and introspection. And I ask myself a lot of questions. What is it that I want? Okay. I wish that so and so and so would be there. And Funny question. Again, you could probably think it's coincidence. I did ask a question some time ago. I asked myself, well, how can I get to show somebody who's very influential in an industry that I am interested in? How will I be able to add value to that person, or how will this person be able to see the skills or the talents that I have that I can help him or her with his endeavors? I kid you not. I kid you not, true story. After I wrote that down, well, maybe a few hours after I wrote that down, I saw an email that Mr. Paul C. Brunson, he was looking for ambassadors. Well, I follow Paul on Instagram, first of all, and he had a post written that he was looking for some ambassadors. So I said, wow, this is amazing. And the rest, as they say, is history. So to help him with the new show that he was launching. So I happily joined, happily helped to help Paul with that endeavor. So again, by simply just putting out the question, by saying what it is that you want, by thinking about what it is that you want, by visualizing what it is that you want, you'd be so surprised how everything or the stars will be aligned to bring that thing that you want. You'll see how it will come to life. So Alchemist, again, a great read. Great read if you're looking for some inspiration for somebody like yourself, if you're on a journey or will soon be on a journey to live a life that's fulfilling or try to discover yourself. Highly, highly recommend The Alchemist.